So we will be starting with this agile methodology. Earlier we have learned about waterfall, iterative incremental as a methodology, okay, as part of software development lifecycle. Now agile itself means like fast changing or quickly changing, wherein you have heard this word agility. Okay, so agility or agile means wherein things are quickly changing. So in case of IT also, many times it happens that the requirements are changing very frequently. That is within a week time period or within 20 days or 30 days, the requirements get changed or within a 2 days as well. Okay. So in that particular case, we cannot go with waterfall model. Okay. Because in case of waterfall or iterative as well, we have to have requirements as fixed. Okay, we can work on that particular requirement, complete it, as in code it and test it, and then finish and give our release. Okay, but in case of projects wherein the requirements are not that much fixed, so that needs a very flexible environment or a flexible methodology to work with. So agile is that kind of methodology which gives you that flexibility to deliver high quality software which are having requirements being frequently changed. Okay, so how it is been done, that we will understand. Okay, there are some manifestos, or you can say rule set of agile testing. It's very much theoretical in nature. No one is definitely going to ask you these things in interview as well, but just for sake of understanding, we will give it a look. Okay, so the very first one says individual and team interactions over processes and tools. So straightforward, okay. Individual and team interaction, as in whoever is involved in the team, okay, development or testing team, they both are one team. It's not like development team is separate from testing team. Okay. So individual and team interaction. So team interaction or individual interaction is more important compared to following processes and tools. So it does not says that we don't have to follow process, but compared to that, more importance has been given to communication between team members. That should be there. Okay. Then next one says working software over comprehensive documentation. So client is not worried about a big documentation, as in which the document which states like what challenges we have faced, okay, how many test cases we have executed, how many defects we have found. So that is not required by a client. What client wants? He wants a working software. So working software is more important compared to come up with a comprehensive or a documentation part. Okay. Next one says customer collaboration over contract negotiation. Okay, so say for example, in case of we have a contract with the client, and it says okay, after 3 months of time we will be delivering you a software, and we will have a showcase. Okay, we will be going with a review of that particular software. So customer will be involved in the project or will be showcase the software after 3 months of time duration. But instead of that, if we ask customer to interact with the team members or see the progress of the software in 15 days of time period. So every 15 days, if we interact with client and we showcase the progress, what we have made. So we can get the feedback of customer as well. Okay. Based on that feedback, we can do changes and accordingly move ahead. So customer collaboration is more important compared to contract negotiation. Okay, so we have to keep in touch with the customer or client. Then last one says responding to change over following a plan. So it's very much similar to the earlier one, as in we have a plan. Okay, and it says, okay, after completion of the project, as in case of waterfall, right? We have mentioned that, okay, when we start with the waterfall model, once we complete the entire project, then only we will be starting with a new requirement. So that is not the case over here in Agile. So we don't have to follow a plan and then only we can go for change request. Okay, it's also called as CR, change request, short form is CR. So it's not that once we have completed the project, entire project, then only we will be picking up with the new change request. Instead of that, we can respond to the changes in between as well. Okay, if anything comes in between while we are like building the software, okay, we should be very much flexible enough. Our team should be flexible enough to pick up those changes. Definitely, there will be a change in the plan, timelines, schedule. Okay, those changes will be definitely there, but we should be very much flexible to those changes given by the customer. So these are some of the four manifestos, okay, of agile testing. You can just have a look or go through it. Should be fine. I'll share this PDF with you guys, okay, and as well as you will find this in your testing content zip file also. Okay. So as I said, no one is going to ask you this thing in interview, but for your understanding purpose, you can go through it. So these are kind of like four pillars of your agile. Okay. Now Scrum is one type of agile methodology. Okay, Scrum is one type. Okay, specific type. As in there are different other types as well, like Kanban, extreme programming. Okay, those are also different types of agile methodology. But the most popular one is Scrum. You would have heard of this term as well in case of requirements. So we are following agile Scrum methodology, something like that. Okay. So Scrum has different roles in picture. Okay, they have Scrum Master, product owner, users, stakeholders, team members. The team members, as I mentioned, they all are like development team, testing team, design. Each and every person who is involved as part of the project, okay, they are nothing but team members. Okay, it's not like we are segregating or separating development team differently and testing team or design team separately. Each and every one person who is working as part of the project is a team member. Then comes users. Users are nothing but end user, or it could be business users who are going to use the application or software. Stakeholders who have like put their money, okay, for building the software, okay, or the project or product. Okay, that is a stakeholder. Now comes product owner and scrum master. So product owner you can consider as a person who is going to give the requirements. As in, I have, say for example, I am a product owner, so I will be giving the requirements for to be fulfilled as part of the software application building process. Okay, I will be giving that requirement to Scrum Master, and then Scrum Master is the person who will be responsible to deliver those requirements. Okay, and or you can say get it fulfilled by the team members. So you can say product owner is going to give the requirements to Scrum Master. Scrum Master, along with team members, will be delivering those requirements, okay, completing the requirements as part of software, and then delivering it to the product owner. Okay, so that is how these roles are been described. Okay, so product owner is will be giving prioritized list of requirements. As in, say for example, if he has 10 or 20 requirements, then which are the very first three requirements or first five requirements which he wants to be part of the software. Okay, it cannot be possible that all the 20 requirements or 10 requirements team develops and deliver it to the product owner, right? So he has to prioritize the list. He can tell scrum master that, okay, these out of these 20, I have these five requirements which are very important. or they have to be developed first, and then later on the other requirements can be picked up. Okay, then scrum master, okay, along with team members, they will plan. Okay, so he product owner has told, okay, 5 requirements have to be picked up or needs to be delivered first. So they will plan, okay, in next 15 days or 20 days of timeline, how much we can deliver, how much we can complete as part of the software. So team members will say, okay, we can only pick 3 requirements out of 5. We can pick only 3 requirements. So you can say 2 requirements are still left. Okay, so those 2 requirements will become part of your product backlog. Okay, let me open up Notepad and tell you. So one would be product backlog. So product owner has given 5 requirements to fulfill. Okay, but Scrum Master, okay, Scrum Master along with team members, they decided, okay, we can go with only 3 requirements. Okay, so how many left? 2 requirements are left out. So those 2 requirements will be part of your product backlog. Okay, backlog, you guys are aware, right? Backlog as in anything which is pending. Okay, so that will become part. Those 2 requirements will become part of your product backlog. Fine. Now these 3 requirements needs to be finished or completed, and then they will be giving a release, isn't it? They will be giving release 1. So this release, okay, this complete cycle of completion, or you can say the entire cycle or the entire period, 20 days or 15 days of period, wherein the team members work together to build these 3 requirements. That is called as sprint. Okay, the period or the time duration in which these 3 requirements will be picked up and software will be developed is called as sprint. Got it? Now, say for example, they have planned 3 requirements to be picked as part of sprint. The sprint is of, say for example, 15 days. Okay, this sprint is of 15 days. Now, out of these 3 requirements, they were able to complete only 2 requirements. As part of the release 1, they were able to complete only 2 requirements. So I will say release 1, they were able to deliver only 2 requirements. 2 requirements got finished. Okay, finished. So how many left out of 3? 2 requirements got finished. How many left? 1 requirement got left, right? So that requirement will be part of your sprint backlog, okay, which is pending. So these are the terms which you have to remember. What is a sprint? What is a product backlog? What is the sprint backlog? See, the entire work or the testing work we are going to do will be same. You are going to write scenarios, you are going to do or write test cases, and you are going to find defects. That process is going to be same, but overall the process, the entire software development process will change, and some of the terms will be different. Okay, that is the only, okay, things will be different as part of your agile method. Okay, now, okay, so these are the different roles, and let's understand this process. Okay, let's understand this entire process. Okay, so product owner is going to get requirements from different people, as in executives, teams, stakeholders, customers. Okay, many people are going to give requirements to product owner. He will be listing out all the requirements as part of product backlog. See, initially product backlog will be comprising of all the requirements, and at the beginning they all are pending. They have not been developed. So definitely they will be part of product backlog only. So this table or chart says, okay, it's a ranked list of what is required, feature stories. Now over here, the requirement is called as story. Okay, story is nothing but requirement. Okay, and if it's a big requirement, then it will be called as a epic. Okay, if it's a big requirement, it will be called as epic. So epic can be divided into different stories. Okay, epic can be divided into different stories. Bug bug is called as bug only. Okay, and then we have task as well. Task is nothing but an activity. Okay, so all these things are called as issues as part of JIRA tool. Okay, as part of JIRA tool, these are called as issues. Story, epic, bug, task, they all are nothing but issues. Okay, sure. So now product backlog is there. We also have the ranked list of what is required. Now, say for example, the orange ones, the three rows which are in orange color, they are the part of your they are part of the, you can say, prioritized requirement. Okay, they have to be finished first. So they will go to the sprint planning meeting. Okay, sprint planning meeting as in you will be planning the release. Okay, you will be planning the release one. How many days that sprint will be off, how many requirements we can complete in that duration, that all things will be planned over here. So team selects starting at top as much as it can commit to deliver by end of sprint. Okay, so that will be discussed in this sprint planning meeting. Then the sprint will start. So sprint can be of 2 to 4 weeks, as in 15 to 30 days. Okay, generally it is of 15 days only. Okay, and then there will be increment as in release one. Okay, we have seen, right, incremental test methodology as well. So we are giving one increment, one cycle or completion of cycle, or release one, you can say, wherein we have completed some of the portion, some of the requirements, and now we are going with another set of requirements. That So this cycle will be there. Okay, sprint will be there, and part of that sprint, we will be having daily scrum meeting. Now what is daily scrum meeting? Okay, so daily scrum meeting is nothing but a stand up meeting. Let me write it down. Daily scrum, it's a daily stand up meeting. See, stand up meeting as in you, we have to come, as part of the project, team members will be coming in a conference hall, and it will be a very short duration meeting, as in, say for example, 15 minutes, a very quick meeting, wherein we will be discussing all the task, as in, say for example, person one. Okay, or you can say team member one will discuss what he has done yesterday. Okay, what he has done yesterday, what he has planned for today, what he has planned for today, and what he is going to do tomorrow. Okay, so yesterday what he has done, today what he is planning, what he will be completing or doing things, and what is in his plate for tomorrow. So these things, okay, will be discussed by each and every team member. So this is nothing but a daily scrum meeting. This is a part of your daily scrum meeting. Apart from this, they can discuss about challenges, okay, day to day basis challenges, and these challenges will be resolved by scrum master. Okay, the person who is responsible for delivery. Okay, he is the person responsible for delivery of, or you can say responsible for requirement fulfillment, okay, in the project. So that he's going to resolve all the challenges, whether it's a technical challenge or a non-technical challenge. He's going to he's going to be resolving that. Okay, so that is daily scrum meeting. Now, once we have done that part, okay, once we have completed that particular features or functionalities, we will be delivering it as part of what you say release. So that is a finished work. Okay, we have finished or completed the work. Now that finished work will be given as a review to the client. So sprint review, okay, sprint review means sprint review means to review the software, okay, or you can say requirements completed, okay, to review the software, or you can say requirements completed along with client, okay, along with the client. This So this is nothing but sprint review, as in you are reviewing the sprint, or you can say the cycle one or release one with the client, and any feedback, okay, that will be taken up in the next release. And then there is a sprint retrospective. This is also kind of a meeting. Okay, this is also a meeting, and then sprint retrospective is also a meeting wherein challenges, okay, will be discussed. Challenges will be discussed, or you can say what went wrong or what went well. Okay, what went well, and or you can say what went good. Okay, both the things will be discussed. Sorry, I have mentioned something. What went well and what went wrong. Okay, that way. Fine. And based on these challenges, okay, these challenges will be discussed, and based on these challenges discussion, there will be some resolution, okay, or there will be some decision made, as in what can we do next time. Okay, next time if these kind of challenges comes in or similar kind of problems comes in, what needs to be done, that those things will be discussed as part of sprint retrospective meeting, and then it will be taken up as a learning. Okay, part of your sprint retrospective meeting, those things will be taken up as a learning and will be discussed as part, or will be considered as part of the next sprint planning meeting.
A
Okay,
quick question here.
yeah, sure.
So, as a tester, do you think we would be involved in the sprint planning meeting for the test case designs and everything? And then after
Yes,
like around 2 to 4 weeks, when the sprint is done, or as part of that last week, we are doing the testing of the.
in each and every meeting, testing team will be involved. Testing team, development team, both will be involved, because if you are planning a sprint, okay, definitely scrum master is going to take a feedback from you as well, as in how much effort you will require as part of testing, how much efforts or days, okay, you will require to write scenarios, test cases. So according to that only they will be planning the entire sprint. Okay,
Okay, and you've been testing if the sprint lasts 2 to 4 weeks.
right,
Does that involve development as well?
right.
Is it safe to say that the last week or 10 days or whatever is needed would be testing?
It could be parallel also. It's not that once development finishes, see, definitely once development is done, then only we can test. But it's not like the entire page or entire like multiple things are developed and then we are going to test it. It's like one page is developed or one particular functionality is developed. that will be given to testing team. Okay, a small portion of development is done, it will be given to testing team. Okay,
Okay,
something
makes
like
sense.
that. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
And in case of sprint review, in case of sprint retrospective, daily scrum meeting, everywhere each and every team member will be involved. Okay. This burn down up charts are nothing but completion of the requirements or addition of requirements. So if we have like 10 requirements, so there will be a graph which is coming down, as in we are completing up the tasks one by one. So we will be, the graph will be coming down. But it might happen that new requirements are also coming up. So the graph might go up also. So burn down and up charts. So these kind of diagrammatical or pictorial view will be there. You will see once you go into an organization which follows this agile, you will see these kind of charts or things displayed across the walls. Okay, and any person who comes around that particular table or that area, he will be able to understand, okay, what things are going on, who is at which okay, project is at which stage. Each and everything can be seen from these kind of charts or diagrams. So it is very much what you say, pictorial in nature. Okay, and there are specific tools available in market which fulfills this agile way or style of working. So JIRA is one of the tool which is quite popular in the industry. It's a paid tool, but still that is the only tool which I have seen widely used in the industry if they are following agile methodology. So nowadays agile is very much in demand. Okay, one should have a good knowledge of it. As in at a fresher level, if you are aware about these terms, that is more than sufficient. Okay, once you get into the industry, you have work experience, then definitely they will ask you questions related to projects, like how or what was your roles, what was your responsibility, explain the project. Okay, way or style of working, right? They will be asking that those kind of questions. But initially they might ask you like, are you aware about agile, what do you mean by agile, what is the role of scrum master, what do you mean by sprint planning meeting, something like this. So if you just go through these terms, okay, and just create a simple definition kind of structure, that would be more than sufficient at this point of time. Okay, so this is the entire process which you should be aware of. It's not very much different from the other way or style of working. Okay, it's only what I feel is different terms and okay, slightly different way of representation. Okay, otherwise it's the same. Getting a requirement, getting it done, and then finishing the work and displaying it to client. It's the same process. Okay. So these are some of the meetings. They are called as ceremonies because they do like kind of an event. Okay? They can perform that as an event. So this has all been defined and explained over here. Okay? You can go through this document, this PDF, okay? And yeah, later if you feel any doubts or questions related to any of the terms, we can definitely discuss on that. Okay? But I would suggest don't go that much into detail or in depth, okay, because that kind of those kind of questions they might not be asking. Like if you start learning or remembering this manifesto, so need not to go with that. If you just read at least once, okay, and if you remember, it's good, okay, but need not to cram it, okay, and learn these things. Okay, it's just for knowledge sake. Now let's move on to JIRA as a tool. Okay, so just search for JIRA free software. So just search for Jira free software, okay, and you will be getting these kind of link, okay, like https atlassian.com. So Atlassian is the name of company which is providing you this software, okay. It's a free for some time period, okay, as in I think 15 days or 20 days it's free, not very much. Supports up to 10 users or 3 agents, 2 GB. I think for some time period it is free. Then they will be revoking your permissions. Okay, then they won't be able to grant you. And it's a cloud based, as in this entire software is on their server. It's nothing like you are going to download an exe, install it, and you are going to use it. It's all on their server, and you are going to use it from there. Okay. So this is the site. Okay, I'll copy this site and paste it in Notepad itself. You can go to this website. So now you can see it mentions you selected. So you have selected Jira software, which is nothing but a project and issue tracking. So Jira is nothing. It's not very much limited to bug or defect tracking. It is a project and issue tracking tool. And issue over here means any of these. Okay, whatever terms we have seen, these all are issues. Story, epic, bug, task, they all are issues. So you have to track it. So we are just concerned with bug because we will be dealing with that part. Okay. Other tools are also there. Confluence, which is document collaboration, service management, generally used by your DevOps team. Okay. So, but we don't have to. We are not going to use them. So you have just selected Jira software. Just click on next. Follow this process. So it is asking like get started free for up to 10 users. Continue with your Google account, or you can sign up with email for Atlassian. I'll go with my email Google account itself. Okay, it's Unicode Barotra. So you can use your Google account as well. Not an issue. They are not going to give you or send you spam emails. Okay, so that won't be the case. So you can see Jira software cloud free. Okay. So this is your work email, okay, unicode.baroda@gmail, and then your site name. You have to give some site name wherein they will be providing you a space, okay. So .atlassian.net will be the later part. You can say I'll give Unicode. I'll say 111. Okay, that's what's up with it. Okay, it's 11 is available. Okay, so Unicode 11.atlassian.net. So this will be my site name. Okay, that will be given to me. I click on agree. So they will be giving some space on their server, and this would be the what you say location, you can say, where I can access my project. So it is mentioning like they are working on creation of our cloud site. And once it is created, we can create projects and then we can create defects as well. Okay. Now it says help us to set up your JIRA. So I will say I am new to JIRA. Okay. We have a flexible schedule. You can select any of them. It won't affect that much. Okay. Or you can skip it also. Now you have to give project details. So add project details. I'll say gadgets gallery short form. Uh, See, now it is actually giving you option of Kanban. Okay, this is recommended. So we will change the template and we will select Scrum. Okay, we'll select Scrum. So use template and you can select any of them, team managed or company managed. I will say company managed. So Scrum is selected and company managed is selected. So that will be like workflow will be different. Okay, but definitely that can be changed. So need not to worry about it. Click on create project. So this kind of see right now to learn this tool we are doing this kind of thing, okay, but in case of industry they would have purchased a license version, okay, and you will be like getting a specific URL with your user and your project will be assigned. So need not to do this entire okay things, and definitely they are going to give you a training, hands-on training on this Jira tool as well. But when before going to industry, you should let them know, okay, that I have an understanding or I have seen or I have worked at least once. Okay, I have played around with Jira tool. Then they will be like, okay, if that person is at least aware about this tool. Okay, you can skip this part because there are many tools which can be configured with Jira. This part you can skip as of now. So you can now see we have this site of our site ready. You can say Unicode 11.atlassian.net. So this will be like a dashboard kind of thing, as in gadgets gallery board. Okay, so it is like roadmap. Okay, it's kind of a schedule kind of structure wherein months are mentioned over here, releases, sprints, releases, and what needs to be done that will be mentioned, and that kind of roadmap is displayed over here. But right now we don't have to uh, go with the roadmap. This is quick start. You will get I'll say dismiss because we have selected new user, so that is why they are going to give you this kind of options. So I won't start with roadmap. I'll directly go to the backlog portion, and wherein okay. So you can see yeah, backlog. You can see there is zero issues. Okay, and what needs to be done? New story in backlog. See, there are different options available, like story, this sign, task, and bug. Okay, epic can also be added. Now you can create a sprint also. If you don't create, they will create by default. Okay, what we have to do right now is just click on this create button. If you want to create anything, okay, if you want to create any kind of issue, we just have to click on create. Automatically whatever we create, that will be part of your backlog. Okay, whatever we create, issue, task, story, that will be part of backlog. Now, say for example, if we have created something like 50 different issues, okay, few stories, few tasks, few epics, and few bugs. So, how much you want to include it in your sprint? That portion we will see later on. Okay, once we have created a issue. So just let me create a issue, and the issue we will create will be a bug. Okay, summary. Say for example, user not able to log in successfully. A simple basic defect. Okay. Components you can skip it out because that is not the part of your defect posting. There's some spelling mistake. Description, you can write down the entire description the way we have written in our mantis. Okay, and it also says like type at the rate to mention a teammate and notify them about an issue. So if you have any team member, right now we don't have anyone over here. It's only unicode baroda as a user. But if you want to include that team member or get notified, then you have to use at the rate sign. Okay, otherwise you can just provide a simple description as in when user enters valid credentials, okay, and clicks on login button, user is not able to. Sorry. So grammatically sentence is correct now. If you want to add few more details like expected result, actual result, steps to reproduce, you can add each and everything over here. So expected result, okay, actual
I have a question here.
yeah, tell me.
So, for Agile, when you're using this software,
Hmm.
uh, let's say right now you entered for a bug, right? The
Right.
information. So, and we learned about Mantis and the other software for the
Hmm.
test. So, Agile is like this kind of softwares are used for um, uh, like
Right.
reporting test bugs, or it's on top of this the other software like Mantis and other are used as well, or this is
No,
the
no, no.
only one?
No, this is the only one. As in, JIRA is specifically built or created for supporting agile related projects. So you will see all the terms related to agile, okay, over here, as in epic, story, okay. Those terms will be seen in this kind of tools only. Mantis or Bugzilla, Redmine, they are not created for agile related project. Okay.
Okay, so for for reporting test cases, we have to like obviously the company would make sure that
Jira
agile
is
supported softwares are used. How
yeah.
about designing test cases? Is that also done over here?
Designing test cases won't be part of this software. For that, you can use. There are different tools like there is one tool called as ALM, Application Lifecycle Management (HP). It's a product of HP Hewlett Packard. Okay, so companies use that also.
So are they different for like are there specific software for designing test cases for agile?
See, the test case format or fields will be same. Definitely
Okay.
tools are going to be different because the companies who have created are different. So UI
Okay.
part you will see a little bit different, but the core, what you say, fields, okay, the fields or entries will be same.
Oh, yeah.
So if you
Mhm.
learn a particular tool, you will be able to pick another tool easily.
Okay. Thank you.
Right now I'm writing or mentioning the steps to reproduce as part of description, but there this steps to reproduce can be configured also, okay, from this JIRA tool as well or software. I can have this kind of what to say box, okay, wherein this description could be a steps to reproduce. So these changes can be done through background or with admin rights. So that is possible. Okay, but this is a very generalized or you can say default behavior what we are seeing over here. So that is the reason I'm saying description you can write all these things, but definitely if you are able to see steps of those uh, separately as a another box, okay, entry area, you can write steps to reproduce over there as well. So not an issue with that. Okay. So if you feel, if you see, many of the things like are same summary or this description, reporter, okay, fixed version as in when this going is going to get fixed, okay, priority, what priority you want to make. So I'll say highest priority, okay, that we can keep. Labels I'm going to skip it out. Environment, okay, environment you can say like this is in Firefox 60, sorry, not 60, go with 80, version 80, Windows 10, something like this. Okay, so whatever environment or software hardware combination you are using, that you can mention it over here. Attachment, if you want to attach any screenshot, you can attach it over here. So quite similar to Mantis. Okay, fields are quite similar to Mantis. Affects version, if this particular defect or bug is affecting any specific version of the software or application, that also can be added over here. But right now we don't have different version, so we cannot select it, but that can also be selected. If this issue is blocking another issue or it is blocked by, okay, duplicates or related to, then we can select that particular option as well. So if there is a relationship between the defects, okay, if one issue is affecting the other issue, then what kind of relationship you can see over here that you can select, okay? And then you can select the issue number from here, select issue. Assignee right now it's we don't have different users, so it's like automatic. It will be assigned to me only. Okay, there are no other users. But if you want to assign it to other user, and if this software is having those users, you can select the name of the person. Epic link is not right now possible because Epic is like requirement. So against which requirement this defect came into picture. Okay. So if we have epics, we can select the epic or requirement from this particular section. Okay. That. Sprint again. Right now we are not very much sure this defect will be part of which sprint. Okay. So we cannot select at this moment. But default sprint you should be getting. Okay. Right now I think they have not created yet. Okay, let me create this defect and then we will be able to see sprint. So default sprint will get created. Okay. So these are some of the fields which you can add, okay, as part of defect posting. So issue type is bug, summary, what is the issue, description, the entire description. This will come automatically. Priority, environment details, attachment, okay, linking of another defect or issues, and to whom you want to assign. And lastly, if you know which sprint this will be part of, then you can select the sprint as well. That's it. And click on create. So definitely now when we have created this bug, uh, we have not assigned it to any sprint. So this will be part of backlog because it is a pending task. It is still pending. So it is coming as part of backlog. Now if I say create sprint, okay, let me create a sprint. Click on create sprint. Okay, now sprint is one is created. Okay, sprint gadgets gallery project name and sprint one is there. You want to add dates, you can add dates also. So you can say, I'll say 2 weeks of duration and start date. I will say probably uh, November. I'll say I'll go with 6th of November. Okay. So automatically 20th November will be coming because we have selected duration as 2 weeks. So we cannot change this. Sprint goal. What all things will be part of your sprint that we can add over here. So right now, our defect has been created. That defect ID can be added over here. Okay, and then we can click on update. Okay, so we have added the dates. Sprint is also created, and you can see backlog is containing this particular defect. Now, if you want to add this defect over here as part of the sprint, just drag it, select it, okay, drag it, and drop it over here. Okay, let me do. So this is now this backlog is empty. Backlog is consisting of 0 issues, and sprint one is consisting of 1 issue. Okay, and the moment you come up to that particular date, okay, 6th of November, you can start the sprint. So once it is started, you cannot add or remove, or if you are adding something, then it will give you some kind of warning that your sprint cycle or dates or timeline will be affected. Okay, something like that. So I have just given you a one demonstration of creation of one defect and adding it to the sprint. Okay, you can create multiple defects and add it over here. Okay. Now coming to active sprints. Okay, see. Yeah. Active sprints. So active sprints consist of these things: to do, in progress, and done. So right now our sprint is not started, so we cannot see things over here as in what are the pending tasks or what are the tasks to be picked up. So to do is nothing but task to be picked up. Whatever task we want to pick, we just have to again drag and drop it to in progress. That shows that or indicates that we have started that task. Once done, we will drag that task to done. Okay, let me perform this. I'll start the sprint. Okay, 29th October itself, and let's start the sprint. Fine. So it's saying that it has been successfully started, and you can see to do is consisting of user not able to log in successfully. This is the task you want to complete. So now if I'm the assignee to whom this defect has been assigned, so I will be logging with my credentials. I'll come to this part, and if I'm picking this task, I will say okay, I'll make it to in progress. Now I have started working on that. Once I have finished, I will be making it to done. Or we can say okay, now I have fixed it. Now it has been assigned to the tester again, and it is part of to do because the tester has to retest it. Once the tester has done retesting, he will, or once he starts retesting, it will again go to in progress. Once he wants to close the defect, he will say, okay, this is done. So this is how you can like move your issues or things from one level to another. Okay. So right now it says 10 days remaining for this particular sprint to complete. Okay. And if you want to complete forcefully, you can say complete sprint. So one issue was done, incomplete issues will be moved to the backlog. So, so our sprint got successfully complete. Okay. And you can see this kind of story point. Story points actually won't be related to us because story is requirement. We have not finished a requirement. We have just raised a defect and we have completed. Okay, so story points won't come as well. Story point is nothing but requirement. They do give some points. Okay, they mark some what to say. They give some marking to the requirement, like how much complex that requirement is, how much time it's going to take. That way, story points are being calculated. But definitely, we are not need to worry about it because it's a developer part. Okay. And then you can see burn down chart, burn up chart also, but we don't have stories. Okay, so you won't be able to see much the details over here. So burn down chart, burn up charts will be can be displayed over here. So this is a reporting portion. Okay, you can go back to the project and issues. You can select this issues portion and you can get a list of all the issues, like whatever be it's like whatever type of issues. Okay, whether it's a epic, it's a bug, story, task, or a subtask. You can have that filtered out over here. So right now we are having only one particular defect, but this is actually kind of Mantis. If you have seen, there is a dashboard which depicts all the defects. But over here, it's not only defects. This JIRA software is for project tracking, okay, or issue tracking. Issue means anything, defect, task, epic story. So that can be tracked from you. Okay, what is the status? All those details can be seen over here, and filter can be done or made from this part. Okay. All issues, my open issues reported by me. These are some of the filters. Kind of. Okay. So you can evaluate this software at your level. Once you create it, you will be logging as an admin only. Okay, as in you can explore the entire tool on your own basis. Okay, and it's a very wide and in-depth tool. Okay, we cannot cover each and every portion of this tool, but definitely once you join an industry, okay, they are going to give you good exposure to this tool, as well as once you start using this tool, you will learn automatically. Okay, it's not like in one day you are going to understand each and everything. So by using by real-time application usage, you are going to learn these tools. Okay, but with this particular session, you can just give a you can have a you can tell anyone that okay, you have actually seen Jira, the working style of Jira. Okay, that experience you can share. Okay. So this completes our Jira portion and Agile part.